I'm sure by now you've seen at least clips of Joe Biden's. It will be known historically as a very divisive and defining speech. Surreal doesn't even encompass the feeling anymore. We've moved past surreal because this is real. This is reality. And it's terrifying. It is utterly terrifying. If you know anything about history, if you've been trying to follow the events of the last few years, if you've been trying to wake up, you should know that there's no going back now. That does not mean we go on the offensive. Not at all. Not at all. It means we must dig deeper into our belief system of peaceful demonstrations, of true inclusivity, the pursuit of freedom. We are right on track for, I don't want to say civil war. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a civil war, but something horrible is on the horizon. We are so polarized. There is so clearly some form of an authoritarian movement still grasping for power and still trying to hold on. I see someone joined. What's up? I'm just rambling about Joe Biden's speech and how he's setting the stage for what I think the leftist calls it proactive self-defense, where if your words trigger them enough, they're justified in causing you harm. Let that sink in. Think about that. So if you misgender someone, they're now going to see that as a justifiable reason to inflict harm, to cause violence, destruction, and damage. I'm not being hyperbolic. I am not being hyperbolic. Look at my content over the last few years. And yeah, I'm a crazy person, but what I'm talking about is coming true. So maybe I'm not crazy. What can we do to manage or to mitigate the damage? We can keep doing what we're doing and trying to connect with our communities and trying to build bridges. I have an appearance on the Forbidden Knowledge News podcast in a few weeks where I'm actually going to talk about the discussion is going to be centered around combating the culture wars, because that's what Biden's speech was meant to do. It was meant to inflame and enrage the culture wars, and it worked a little bit, but thankfully a lot of people are seeing through the bullshit. They're seeing through the propaganda. And I'm not a conservative person, but I'm finding myself having to align with conservative individuals and conservative ideologies purely for the sake of they're actually welcoming me and my craziness. However, don't be naive. Self-defense, true self-defense is justifiable. I subscribe to the non-aggression principle, which means that you cannot initiate the use of force. However, if the use of force has been initiated against you, you have every right to retaliate in kind. And I don't know how anyone could be a police officer anymore. I understand the desire to want to serve and protect your community, but I don't see how people cannot see how fascist things are. And it's so frustrating because I agree with Antifa. I agree with you fucking idiots. Our government is fascist. Sorry, I'm getting worked up. Don't get worked up. Because I would love to have some honest, authentic dialogue with some Antifa people. Because I agree with you guys. This shit is fascist as fuck. And it has been so for many, many decades. I don't think we've ever as a country been as great as people say it was. I agree with that whole talking point and with that narrative. I believe we can make it great though. I believe that America actually, if I'm gonna show all my crazy for a minute, we who were blessed to be born in America, as I say that, this cool bit of light pops up. We who were blessed to be born in America were given this gift of this opportunity to be a beacon of light for the rest of the world during this awakening. America truly has a special destiny. I believe that. And I'm not trying to sound jingoistic or anything, because I don't love anything about the government, about the institutions, about the establishments. I love everything about the idea of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, about self-actualization. We have a very special destiny. And so if you somehow watch this, and if you disagree with me in that you like communism and you like socialism, let's have a conversation. Let's have a civil conversation. I don't know what word to use anymore. Socialism, communism, Fabianism. Look that one up. Look up Fabianism. This shit has been going on for a long time. I know I always say that, and I'm kind of just rambling at this point. I'm going to try and wrap up the video. Don't initiate violence. Defend yourself.